With 3 Grammy Awards and the likes of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day, and Black Sabbath in his portfolio, it's safe to say that Andrew Scheps is one of the greatest audio engineers of our time. And I saw an interview with him that changed how I mixed forever. And I want to share that with you today. Check out what he said in this interview here.
Do you spend a lot of time organizing before you start gain staging and listening?
Yeah, and I never gain stage. What is that? I have VCAs all over the session where I can change the gain structure in lots of different ways at any time. So yeah, the gain staging is just like, oh, I'm hitting the mix bus too hard. Great, pull everything down. Oh, I'm not hitting the mix bus hard enough. Right, push everything up. And there are 3 or 4 different places I can do that to very quickly hear what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm not looking at meters to set things up that way at all. And it's why mastering engineers hate me. But I don't pay any attention to that stuff because stuff feels different with different amounts of level going through it. So when you know the stuff that it's going through, you immediately like, oh man, I'm crushing the mix bus. I got to back stuff off. You know that intuitively and you just do it.
You've probably heard that -6 dB is as much as you want to be or as loud as you want to be going to your master bus and going to mastering. But I found that that is not the case. Just like Andrew Scheps said, different plugins and different hardware reacts differently to different levels. So testing how much level you should send into something is actually gain staging. Setting up the specific numbers is not. Take a listen to this mix here. That is quite a punchy mix. And believe it or not, I'm not giving myself nearly enough headroom on the master bus, or nearly enough. If I turn off all of my mastering plugins, look at how much headroom I'm leaving on my master bus here. So there at the vocals, I'm actually peaking around -2 dB of headroom. But going into my mastering chain, it actually sounded really good. So to test this, I decided to throw a gain plugin on the beginning of this track before going into any of my other plugins. So that -4 plus the -2 that I already had is giving me that -6 dB of headroom that everybody seems to think we need. But listen to how it changed the way the mix sounds. And it even sounds a lot less punchy. Notice how it's a lot louder when I'm pushing it harder into that mixed bus compression, almost giving it a little bit of a pumping effect, going into that limiter a lot harder. It sounded better with more of it in there. Granted, I'm getting a bit more clarity when there's less gain going in, but in something like this, especially during this breakdown on a metal track, I want more punch and less clarity. So sending more signal through those plugins just sounded better for this mix. I want you to go test this for yourself. What sounds the best? How much headroom do you need to have for your specific plugins that you use or your specific outboard gear that you use? What level of signal that's going through that gear sounds the best? And then come back to this video and let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, you're going to love this video here. I watched every single Phineas interview and I broke down his best mixing advice into this video here. So you're definitely going to want to go watch that. Now, as always, go create.